had a dream. We were sipping whiskey neat, highest floor of the Bowery, and I was high enough. There along the lines, stopped seeing eye to eye. You were staying out all night, and I had enough. No, I don't wanna know where you been or where you going. I know.
So we're going to start off using the NYX Angel Veil Face Primer, and we're going to be taking this primer and just squirting out like a quarter-sized amount onto a finger, and then just blending it out onto the face, just smoothing it everywhere, just to create a nice base for our foundation. Now I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape, and I use the light to medium shade, light medium, and then I'm just gonna blend that out using an IT Cosmetics like a foundation brush. You can use any brush that you have, it doesn't have to be specifically this one. Then we're going into Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder. I'm actually using it in the shade 330, and as you can see, I almost hit pan on it, guys, but nonetheless, we're just using this powder to set our, what's it called, our eyeshadow primer. There we go. Now I'm going into the Prism palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm taking the shade Parallel, and I'm just taking this on a flat shader brush just to apply it onto the crease. Now I know this isn't ideally the brush you would use. I feel like now I would use like a blending brush, but when I was filming this video, I hadn't washed a lot of my brushes, so that's what we had to work with, and girl, you can make it work. This is when you know that all brushes are really versatile, and depending on how you use them, you can get different uses. So as you can see, this Parallel shade, we're just really blending it into the crease, just smoking it out as much as we can, because as you saw, it was really intense when we first went in the eye, but now it's definitely more of a blown out kind of brown shade. You might think this is too dark for a crease shade, but the thing is, guys, we're creating a very nice, beautiful, dramatic eye, so it's not going to look intense whatsoever. Now we're going into the Naked palette by Urban Decay. Yes, the OG. We're going back, and we're taking the shade Naked, as you saw, and I'm just taking it with the same brush. Just make sure to switch colors, like using the Switch by Veramona, or like any dupe you can find at TJ Maxx, Marshall for like $5, and you can easily just like switch colors with the same brush. So as you can see, there we have that Naked shade. It just creates a nice gradient between Naked and Parallel. So now we're going into Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons. I'm taking the shade called Divinity. It is a very beautiful highlight shade, and as you can see, I was shocked. I hadn't used it in a while, and it is popping. And as you can see, it was intense, so what I did was I took my actual finger and just kind of blended that out, and it made it look a lot more diffused and less intense than when we initially applied it. And as you can see, what I'm doing is going in with the brush, then with the finger, in with the brush, then with the finger. What I see happens is that using your finger, it has a little bit of warmth, so sometimes it actually helps blend colors together a lot nicer than you would think, you know. And now that we have that beautiful grading going on from like that like highlighted shade to the crease, we're going back in with Parallel just a little bit, not too much, just to give it back its intensity and dimension. That way we're not really losing the color and making it too cool tone, because Parallel is definitely more of a warm brown shade. So now we're going into the center of the palette. We're taking the shade Throne. This shade is, oh my god, it is sexy. It is a beautiful shade. I love it. Love it. As you can see here, I am not using any MAC Fix Plus. I'm not using any Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I am not using any like glitter glue. Like, it is just going on this pigmented by itself using a brush, and it is beautiful, guys. So as you can see, what I'm doing is just filling in the entire eyelid. Since I do find that I have like not really small eyelids, but smaller than I would like them, I kind of do go up a bit, as you can see. But I always work my way up. I don't actually start where I wanted to start. I always start a little bit lower, and then that way I could just put the excess color over the top. That way it's not too intense and it's more of a blended out look. You know what I mean? So now I'm going into the NYX Glitter Primer, and we're just taking a little dime-sized amount onto this eyeliner brush, as you can see, and I'm using this to create an eyeliner. Yes, we're doing a wing using only glitter primer. So the most helpful tip that I can possibly give you guys during this process is finding the thinnest eyeliner brush that you own, because definitely the thinner your brush is, the more sharp your line is going to come out. And because it's in the cut crease, it's really going to stand out. So making it look thinner is going to be really beautiful. So now we're taking the shade Pyramid onto that same eyeliner brush as you just saw. It's a beautiful gold. And we're just using that and tapping it right on top of where we put the glitter primer, or just brushing through it. Now don't worry if you have any like little like mistakes where it goes a little bit lower than you wanted it to, because you could just clean that up using that beautiful green shade we have on the lid. So that's how the first one looks. This is how the second one's gonna look. As I'm telling you, like, don't be scared, because this is gonna come out a lot better than you think. Now we're taking that same shade, but just like what's left over, and just applying it to the center right below our arc of our brow bone. That was so confusing, guys. You know what I mean. Just to give a little pop. Now I'm taking this Physicians Formula eyeliner because it's one of my holy grails from the drugstore. This and then Kat Von D. Those are my like two eyeliner loves. So as you can see, we're just doing our wings as you normally would. There's no specific right or wrong way, in my opinion, to do your eyeliner. You can either start from the wing, or you can start from the inner corners, whichever you like. I usually just start from the center, work myself out. And once we're done with that, we're just taking a makeup removing wipey. This is a Neutrogena one, if you want to know. And we're just cleaning up any kind of like eyeshadow fallout that we might have had, and just cleaning up our wings. Now I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade dark brown, and we're filling in our eyebrows, because what else would we do with an eyebrow pencil? Oh, the sarcasm. So as you can see, we're just adding a little bit of shape here and there. I like my eyebrows to be a little bit more natural looking in the front, and then a little bit more dramatic on the arch. That's where I like it to be like a little bit darker. But yeah, I mean, eyebrows, guys, don't feel pressured if you're not like the best at them. Trust me, it's taking me years to come where I am right now, literally. I used to have those really like boxed out like eyebrows, and that was scary. Looking at those pictures, scary. So now we're going on with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel in clear, and we're just brushing through our eyebrows. This is really nice. It's a beautiful formula just to like get your eyebrows hairs where you want them, and then they're not gonna move from there. So now I'm taking a little bit of brow powder just to fill in the arc and towards the end of the eyebrow. Just because, like I said, guys, I do like this part of my eyebrow to be a little bit darker than the rest, or than the beginning of it. So that's why I use a little bit of brow powder. The brow powder that I'm actually using is by the Brow Gal by Tonya Crooks. So now I'm taking the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation. I love this foundation. I literally love it. And I'm combining it with the Wet n Wild Golden Beige foundation, just because I do find that the one I have by Too Faced is a little bit dark. It's like a medium tan, I believe. So yeah, I just kind of mix a little bit of each of them, and then I just start blending, because that's what you do with your foundation. You blend it. And yeah, we're just going around, and I love that these foundations together, they give you like a nice glow. I personally feel like they just give you a glowing from within kind of look. Both of them together, they look really beautiful. They blend perfectly together. They're not like patchy, they don't crease. I just find that this foundation like combination works really good with my skin. So now I'm just powdering using the 330 from the Maybelline Fit Me that we were using at the beginning. Same exact powder that I'm using right now, just to set everything in place. Oh my god, guys, who else suffers with their bags? So now I'm going in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I feel like today is like a video featuring Physicians Formula. And I'm just going in and just kind of bronzing and lightly contouring using that powder. Just going around the face. Trying to go into those cheekbones. Trying to get more of a elongated face shape. Because you gotta do what you gotta do to make that round face look a little bit longer. So now we're going into a Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I'm using these two shades that you see right here, tapping off my brush because it's really pigmented. And now we're getting more of a concentrated contour going on, as you can see. And I don't like to just leave it at that. I do like to go a little bit up and down the side of my face, just so the color doesn't look like just like a straight line coming out of nowhere, if you know what I mean. So now I'm going back into the shade Parallel, and I'm just applying that right under my lower lash line. And I know it looks a little bit intimidating, a little bit like I look extra tired now, but it's gonna work out. I promise. So now we're taking this shade into the inner corners. And I felt like I needed a little bit more, but that's what we are working with for now. It's like a shimmery bronze orangey type of shade. And now we're going in with the lightest shade in the palette, which is a beautiful shimmery shade. And this one really made the look stand out even more than the one that we had just applied. So now we're going into the Milani Tea Rose Blush and just grabbing a lot of that blush powder, because I do find that this blush, though it is very beautiful, it kind of does need a little bit of work to get built up to the color that you really want. But it's kind of a good thing because I tend to have a heavy hand, so having this kind of blush that doesn't immediately give you boof pigment really helps me out. So I avoid those like days where I have like pink red cheeks going on. So as you can see, working that as well, like towards the top, just so it looks a little bit more diffused, not just a straight line coming out of my hairline. Now we're going in with the Master Chrome highlight. Oh, is this highlight not beautiful? It's so beautiful. And I'm just using that to highlight right above my blush, right above my cheekbones. As you can see, it looks beautiful. I really, really like the way this blush looks. So pretty, guys. So pretty. Beautiful. Now I do want to say, excuse my ornaments, this was a tutorial that I had planned to upload before Christmas, but time got like in the way of things, excuses got in the way of things, and so here it is, almost on Valentine's Day. And we're just highlighting the nose and the Cupid's bow as well. Now we're taking a lip liner. You could take any nude lip liner. This one is by MAC. And I'm just using that to line my lips more than anything, just so the lip color can stay more in place and not bleed out through the edges. Because otherwise, I would never use this eyeliner. Lip liner, eyeliner. I'm so crazy. So now I'm going in with this beautiful shade right here. It's really, really beautiful. This is actually from The Balm Cosmetics. It's so pretty though. You can go in with any nude. You can also do this look with like a red if you're feeling more bold and you want to break the rules. Like you can't have a dramatic lip and dramatic eyes at the same time. Like what is that, guys? You can break rules. So yeah. But definitely nude ones definitely look really pretty with this look as well. And you can't go wrong with a nude. That's how that looks, guys. Now I'm just going to do my eyelashes, and then I'm going to add some setting spray. Here I'm using the Illuminating Setting Spray by CoverFX. And that is it, you guys.
I'm sexy and I know it.
I had a dream, we were sipping whiskey neat, highest floor of the Bowery, and I was high enough. There along the lines, stopped seeing eye to eye. We were staying out all night, and I had enough. No, I don't wanna know where you've been or where you're going. I know.
Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see my previous video, click over here. If you want to see the video that's recommended for you, click diagonally. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click the circle icon down here. And if you want to check out my Spanish one, click the circle icon on this side, right here, the right side of your screen, my left. See you in the next one. Bye!